Good morning, guys. It's about 8:15 on Wednesday morning, and I am sitting here in an absolute empty parking lot because there is nothing going on. My other phone is connected to my steering wheel right now to see if any orders are coming in, and there is nothing. But I feel like that's always the case when there's a holiday. Then that following week, it's pretty slow, and Mother's Day was very, very busy. But now I feel like we're paying the consequences for that because everybody did everything on Sunday. So it's pretty slow throughout the week until the end of that week. I do have a delivered catering today. It is a relish order. It came in at $35. If PJ's watching this, it's Red Main. So I am very excited. I can't wait to see in about 45 minutes. I love doing Red Main. They're so easy and they tip pretty well. So I'm waiting to see what that's going to go up to. But let's talk about Doordash today. My least favorite app. I don't like it because of the constraints, the constrictions that it puts on you. And I understand that you can do whatever you want and that you can decline if you want, you can do whatever, but in reality, you can't if you want to keep your platinum status. But that's not what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about the large orders that come in. We tend to get a bunch of them like around where we are for lunch, and I don't pay as much attention to details as my husband does. I just say, oh yeah, I'm gonna take this order, I'm not gonna take this order. Half the time once I accept it, and he'll say, what, how many miles is it? I don't know. How much was it paying you? I don't remember. Like when I look at it and it's good, I take it, but right after that I couldn't tell you anything about this order. So I don't look for trends or whatever that he does. And I called him one day and I'm like, I got an 28.50 plus for Portillo's to go whatever. And he's like, it's not going to go much up. It's not going to go up that much from that. And I always tell him, like, you always want to, think of the bad. Like, let's be positive. It's going to go up to like $40. Yeah, it went up to 30. So 28.50 plus went up to 30. Still a good order. I'm not saying that it's not. But he then told me that he watches all of this stuff, and the higher it comes in on a plus, the less that it goes up. So he says that you really want the $6 plus or $6.50 plus. The lower amount that it comes in with the plus sign, the higher that's going to go up. Now, does it... Let me see what this is. Hold on. No. We don't want that. Do we want it to come in at 6 plus and go up to $30, or do we want it to come in at $28.50 and go up to $30? I know in the long run it doesn't matter, but a lot of 6 pluses have gone up to $50, $60. So some of them, yes, they're going to go up to $30. But again, for a catering order on DoorDash, they typically do not go far, and you're not setting up. It's not like it's delivered or deliver that or Zifty. You're literally dropping it off. So it's not like you have to do so much work that anything that it goes up is a blessing. It's, an added bonus. So, but have you guys noticed that in your area, the higher that the amount that it comes in with a plus, the less that it goes up? If you get a lower one, it goes up a lot more. And I don't mean just like to the $30 that the $28 went to. It, like I said, it'll go to $50, $60. So my highest one so far came in at 6 plus, and it was Christmas, and it went up to $167. It was a Chipotle. If you've done Chipotle, the boxes that they come in. It was 14 of those. So when I walked in, they're like, can you fit this in your car? I could fit tons of stuff in this truck. So, but that went up, to $167. They had flown in people for Christmas, and they were feeding them for lunch. So but that day I made over $300 in 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours, I think. Again, I don't remember these things. My husband would know. But what are your thoughts on this? Do you guys see this? Do you think that it's DoorDash? Why would they do that? Why does everything have to come in at a different amount plus? Why can't they all just be 6 plus, and sometimes 6 plus goes to $8 for a regular order, not a catering order. But speaking of catering orders, does anybody non-platinum that was not platinum before, and then when the new system came out, they can get platinum, but they're not going to get large orders because they don't have a catering bag attached to their account. We know somebody who did that, and they were platinum forever, and they would not get large orders because they don't have that catering bag. They called and called and called DoorDash, and DoorDash is like, oh yeah, you qualify for it, you'll get them. Never, ever did they get a large order. Not even just a large order, not just a catering order, just a large order. All they need is that one order that's going to say, take a picture of my bag, but it'll never happen. So these poor people will make platinum, but they will never get into this large order program. Also, my husband was looking on Facebook and saw somebody post something that DoorDash is doing something that they did before with catering, and they're selecting a select few to test it out again. I think it's the catering program might be coming back. I'm not sure. But if that's the case, I definitely want in that, because I remember PJ always saying how great that it was. I'm sure he's going to want back in. So, but that's another thing. Will you get it if you were in it before, but if you were not in it, will you not get it? I don't know how DoorDash works, but anyways, hope you guys are out there making lots of money, being profitable, and we will chat later.